Well, Warren was back at home. They're taking on Jackson. Third inning, down 6-1. Aiden Lipscomb grounds one, and Jackson trying to turn the double play, but the throw off target, and 2 runs will come across for the Warriors. Costly mistake there. 5th inning. Now Bodie Walford going to send one high and deep over the left field monster for the solo shot. How about climbing the wall for the bomb? Lead 7-3 Ironmen. 2 down. Another ball mishandled, but Warren recovers. And a nice throw from center from Braden Murray. That'll end the inning. Bottom of the 7th, bases loaded, no outs, and Tate Jonas draws a walk that will be an RBI as well, bringing home a run. Next batter, same result. Hayden Strong will bring in another run via the walk, and deficit is cut to 8-5. Now at the plate, Cody Eating laces a ball up the middle, and that'll bring home 1 run, and Warren now all of a sudden down by just 2. 2 outs, bases loaded, full count, and Ryan Seamitz gets the strikeout there to leave the bases loaded and end the game. Maybe a little bit controversial as Jackson holds on to get the win 8-6.